Listen, I am a control freak. A control freak is exactly what it sounds like. It's someone who's crazy about control. And I mean, I used to be worse. I'm better now. I've recovered from this craziness over control after my burnout. I'm a changed woman. But I'm still very much interested in routine and discipline and focus and like being consistent with all the things that I plan for myself. And it's not a control freakness anymore, but I am a disciplined person. So I try to have a steady, like stable routine. And I am always looking for the perfect routine organization. So I read books about this. I watch content about this, and I am always trying to find what works best for me. So I'm gonna tell you something I've been trying lately, and it's working really, really well. So I don't know, maybe this might help you, okay? So let's start. A gente usa esse podcast para você treinar seu listening, sua compreensão. Então, só deixa ele tocando aí enquanto você faz outras coisas. Aproveita porque é uma prática rápida, simples de você incluir na sua rotina. A gente tem episódio toda semana, então já ativa o sininho aqui no Spotify, no YouTube. Segue, comenta, interage, porque já ajuda muito, muito o nosso podcast. E eu sei que é muito útil para vocês também. And today I want to talk about routine, organization. And I know that this is something that a lot of people ask me about because I am always the organized person. I am always the person who has everything under control, even though that's not true exactly, but I usually have a pretty stable routine. And I am always doing a lot of things at the same time. So ever since I can remember, I've been a student, a teacher, an intern. I've worked in many places at the same time. I've worked with many different things at the same time. I've studied many things at the same time. So I am never doing only one thing. I'm always doing a lot of things simultaneously. And that's why it feels a little hard, like getting yourself on track and just making sure that you're doing everything properly, right? A pretty good example that I have with that is books. I am always reading three, four, sometimes five books at the same time. And everybody asks me how I do it. Oh, not that I'm some kind of guru or anything. It's just that I don't know, it's just how my brain works. But lately, I mean not lately anymore, but at the beginning of this year, I was having a lot of trouble focusing on many tasks at the same time. Because when you have a company, you have to take care of a lot of stuff, right? So I am a teacher at Wave, but also I have to deal with the financial part and administrative part, managing and coordinating, although I have Karen to help me, but still the pedagogical part and marketing and producing content for Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. It's a lot of things. And I have something that I need to finish inside, like in the pedagogical part of the course. There is a project that I've been on this project for like more than a year, which is updating the materials and rebranding all my materials to have the Wave logo and the same style, the same identity, blah blah blah. I've been doing this for more than a year because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of materials, a lot of slides to update. And I was having so much trouble doing that and doing the other things because initially my plan was let me finish this damn project as soon as possible. And I will only focus on the other stuff after I finished it. Last year, it was my goal to finish this by December, December 2024. We are currently in August 2025, and I still haven't finished it because it's something. it's something almost permanent, you know? I will never stop doing this actually, updating my materials. So here I was in the first semester trying to take care of only one project because I wanted to end, I wanted to finish it as soon as possible. And I left everything else aside. For example, producing content on Instagram. I went maybe 2 months without posting anything on the feed on Wave's Instagram. That's crazy. 2 months is a lot, but it's because I was focusing on the pedagogical part, right? And for a while, we didn't have trainings, we didn't have anything different because I was crazy. I was crazy focusing on finishing that. And it was almost paralyzing because I only had one goal, one thing to do. But then I got tired because I was doing only the same thing and it was making me crazy. And then I noticed that I was being negligent with the other areas just because I wanted to focus on one and finish this project as soon as possible. But the thing is, I can't let go of the other areas at the company, right? Of course, I have to take care of all of them. And I can't be 2 months without producing any content because, like, I need to do that for my company, right? So, I've been testing a new way to organize my routine. I I had studied about this last year, but I never actually applied it to my life. And now I've finally done it and it's working so well that I think it can be useful no matter what you do, no matter what type of work you have, which is organizing your routine by blocks. I don't know how obvious this is, but let me tell you what usually happens with us. And I think this is a universal experience. You have a lot of tasks to complete, right? You have a lot of things to do regarding college, work, whatever. And then you start your day. You have so many small tasks to complete. Like, oh, I need to go to this place. I need to call this person. I need to have a meeting. I need to, I don't know, fill this document. I need to do this. Blah. It's a lot of small, little tasks. At the end of the day, you haven't completed all of the tasks you needed. It feels like you never have time. And it feels like you can't focus on the big things because you are just trying to complete your to do list. Your to do list is like this, for example, my to do list, everything I have to do for today. Okay, this is a to do list. Oh, I have to do this, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, it feels like you are completing a lot of small tasks but you are never actually doing something significant, you know, and at the end of the day, you are just checking boxes and you haven't really done anything significant. So I was getting to a point where my to-do list was huge. I never got to finish it. Things will things would pile up on the next day, you know, and then I would put more and more tasks, and I couldn't take care of the big projects at Wave. For example, training my teachers. For example, producing content on the feed, a content that makes sense, that is well planned, blah, blah, blah. So, when I say that organizing your routine with blocks, it might sound obvious, but we don't actually do it in real life, like in the day-to-day life, we don't really do this. So I decided that I was gonna do that, and it's been working really well. So what I did is I use Google Calendar, and I've talked about this on Waves feed on Instagram. I've showed you on a video how I organize my routine. I use Google Calendar, right? So I started dividing everything I have to do in areas. So I have content creation and marketing. It's one area. Financial and administrative work is another area. Pedagogical work is another area. Household chores is another area in my life because I need to clean my house. I need to do laundry. I need to go grocery shopping, you know, household chores like tarefas domésticas. It's also another area. And studying is another area that I am including now in my routine because I mean, when you have a business, you always have to be studying. And I'm guessing that everybody has something to study. And yeah, I guess that's it. Ah, and a little block for reviewing everything I have to do, everything I've done the whole week, and everything I have to do the next week. So I've divided this in areas, right? And I've separated blocks on my day when in that block I will only focus on that area. My problem was I was so focused on the pedagogical thing, like updating the materials. When I say update, I'm talking about like atualizar. I was updating the materials. I was so focused on that I would spend the whole day only doing that, and I forgot about the other areas. But now I have a limited time. I have 1 hour to take care of the materials, 1 hour to take care of, I don't know, pedagogical, the other pedagogical work. I have 1 hour for administrative work and like 2 hours for producing content because for me, it takes more time to do that. So now I will sit down for 1 hour, do the pedagogical work, and after this hour finishes, it's over. Like, I will move on to the next block, and everything that is pending, like pendente, bye bye. I will only get back to this work the next day, because the block is over. And this is making so much more sense to me now because now at the end of the day, I've done a lot of significant tasks in all the areas that I need. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, for example, they are the days that I completely focus on Wave. So it's so good because at the end of Tuesday, I've taken care of producing content, doing the pedagogical work, and taking care of financial and administrative work. And now, like magically, almost magically, I have in those 2 hours that I separated for producing content, in 1 hour I can record 2, 3 videos. The other hour, I've edited one, two. I am finishing some editing of another video. I can record a podcast. So it's crazy because in 2 hours, because I am completely focused on that task, I am managing to do so many things at the same time. It's crazy. And I can finally feel that things are progressing, because I am progressing on the materials because now I have 1 hour to focus on them, 1 hour every day. But also, my content production is so much better already. And I've only been doing this for like 3 weeks. And I already have so much content. And now I don't have a huge to-do list for everything. No, I have a to-do list for the pedagogical work. So when it's time to take care of pedagogical, I will sit down and I will open this specific to-do list only. I have another to-do list for the administrative work. So when it's time for administrative work, I will sit down and I will take care only of that to-do list. So I have a lot of small to-do lists and not one huge, endless, like infinite to-do list that I can never finish? It's making so much more sense. And I don't know if this is obvious for everyone, but if you don't have a business, you can think of like, oh, I go to college, I go to work, and I have household chores, right? Like you have to clean your house and do the laundry and blah, blah, blah. So you can create these blocks and decide that today from this hour to this hour I will study for college. The other hour or hours I will work, and then this block here is for the household chores. I don't know what I have to do today, but I know that in that hour I will be focused on that activity. And it's been so so good. And one, if I can give you one suggestion and one tip, if you are going to try this, is don't be stuck on doing this perfectly and every day at the same time. Because, for example, on Tuesdays, I take care of the marketing part from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., for example. On Thursday, maybe this is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. In one day, I do 2 hours, the other, I do 1 hour, and it's fine. It's not always at the same hour every day. No, it can change. But if you have a visual calendar and you have these blocks, you can move these blocks around. Like, oh, today I will do this block in a different time. So you can move and you still have that block just in a different moment. In this way, you will make sure that at the end of the day, you will take care of all the areas and you don't need to worry too much. You don't need to worry too much about being consistent with the times because things can change, right? So you need to be flexible. But it's like dividing your days in blocks, but these blocks don't have to be always the same every day. Maybe on Mondays you will study for college in the morning, but maybe on Tuesdays it's impossible. So the block for college will be in the afternoon, and it's okay. I think when we try to do things too perfectly, we can never keep consistency. And I've said that before, and I've said that on our feed that a an average consistency, like uma consistência mediana, an average consistent is better than perfection because the average consistency will take you further, vai te levar mais longe. It will take you further than trying to have a perfect consistency, not being able to do it, and then just giving up because you created so many expectations for that. I hope that all makes sense. I just wanted to tell you, somebody, what I've been doing. And who knows, maybe you will try it. So if you do, let me know. Do you already organize your routine like this? Because it's something new for me, but I know people have been talking about this for a long time. And I've finally found out how good it is. So tell me more. Have you been doing this? Do you do this? Have you ever tried this? And are you going to try after this episode? I would like to know, okay? Please feel free to comment. Use the comment section to practice your English. Come on. I know you are watching. I know you guys watch my episodes. I can see the numbers of people watching. And you never comment. Come on, give me a comment. Just say hello to me at least. Come on. Help me out, okay? Okay? All right, that's it. I will see you on the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.